Hello Internet, you're once again watching Your Weight, Your Life with Roberta Borkhardt. This is now video featuring month number 7. So if you haven't seen any of the other previous videos and you're wondering what this is, well then you might want to watch a few of the other ones. And some of them are crazy, so be careful. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Purina's Whisker Lickings for those soft and delicious tender moments with your cat. Tonight's episode is going to be featuring, swimming, Black Angus. We're doing some injuries, we're talking left foot, right knee, you name it, it's been hurt. And some solutions to all the kind of problems we come up with as you're trying to lose weight. So it's a nice, good episode. Check it out. If you like it, thumbs up, leave a comment. If you have any questions, write it in the comments. We do reply, and we do also answer questions on video. In case it's something that I don't know, Roberta will gladly answer it. So let us know. Have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. This is Your Weight, Your Life with Roberta Borkhardt. Today we're going to be talking about swimming and Black Angus.
Those are our topics of the day.
Yes. Well, we're at the 7th month mark right now with my weight loss program. We're at 69 pounds of weight loss. It's about 13.9% of the total body fat, starting at 495 pounds. We're doing good so far. It's been challenging the last couple of weeks. I've had a couple injuries where my foot started hurting, my left foot, and then I go and injure my right knee. So I'm hobbling around, walking, trying to exercise, and it's just not working. So that's where the swimming comes in. I have a great friend, how you doing, Demille, who allowed me to use his pool, and whenever I want, I just go there, swim for a half hour, 40 minutes, get some exercise in, and then leave and make sure the place is clean, and it's a good deal. I get a pool.
Swimming is fantastic. I'm really stoked that he's doing that. Swimming is probably the best exercise you can do, and it's not harming your joints, and it's much better for him, particularly because of his injuries. I think the reason why he's getting these injuries is good and bad. He's getting them because cardiovascularly he's getting stronger, so he's able to do more, but his body isn't able to do more because of the weight. So that's why we've kind of, hyper accelerated taking down calories and such, because we're to a point where he's going to be limited exercise-wise just because of the extra weight, but his body can do it, which is, a catch-22. He's strong enough to do it, but the excess weight isn't allowing him to do it. Right. So that's why we really need to focus on the calories and the more exercise and harder exercise and that kind of thing to really get him jump-started a little bit.
And the funny thing was, last week when we met, I thought she said to try to do 2,000 calories this last week. So I was really trying. I was trying to hit,
God bless him. It's a little hard. He was trying.
Really small breakfasts, really small, is that breakfasts? Is that a word? Breakfasts. Really small breakfasts and really small dinners, and then having a good amount of food during the lunchtime so I can at least be active during work and not be feeling hungry all the time and not being distracted.
But what I actually said was we need to make sure you don't go below 2,500.
Right.
So really glad that you were able to do 2,000. Impressive, but he was dying. It was really, really hard. And it should have been, because he cut down, he was at 2,700 and then he went all the way down to 2,000. That's a huge drop.
Yeah, but it was also exercising less, so it wasn't burning as much.
Right.
But we still ended up with about 2 pounds of weight loss this week.
Yeah.
Most likely due to the lowered intake of food and, basically yes, and because of the lower intake of food.
Yeah.
It's still, there's some days I didn't hit 2,000, I know, because there's some days in the afternoon where I was just going crazy. I couldn't concentrate on my work. And I said, that's it. I'm going downstairs. I'm going to Eric's Deli. I got their cup of chicken soup. It was 120 calories or something like that. And I ate that, and I was good. I could finish my workday and not go at least nuts, just only thinking about food. That's hard,
And that's why it was too little. And also the way we were distributing them and the kind of snacks he was eating, we've kind of shifted. Like he told me this morning, he had Honey Nut Cheerios, which for someone that's dieting is terrible because it's not whole wheat. And it's not filling, and there's no protein, and there's no fiber. So what happens if you have Cheerios is an hour and a half later, you're going to be hungry because it's just sugar. Your sugar's going to spike, and then you're going to be hungry again. So I told him about Fiber One Cheerios. They're called Fiber One Cinnamon Crunch somethings. Anyway, much better than regular Cheerios because it's got a ton of fiber. So he's going to switch to that. Yeah. And I also introduced him to whole wheat Chex cereal, which is also delicious. So if he's going to go the cereal route, he can do those two instead.
Yeah, when I don't have time in the morning to make a nice egg breakfast, if you've seen Facebook, you see some pretty cool pictures of some nice breakfasts I've made. But if I don't have time for that in the morning, it's usually just a cup of cereal. I chose Honey Nut Cheerios just because it was easily measured, and I could do 2 servings, and it was exactly 300 calories. That's what really did it, and they taste good, of course. But they really weren't doing it for breakfast. They weren't making me full. They weren't. It was just still crazy. I needed a lot of coffee in the morning to try to use it as an appetite suppressant alone, just to get by in the morning.
And that's a good example of what happens if you don't watch what you're eating for breakfast, because I stress this to everybody. I don't know how many times, a million times I've said it, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It really is. And the difference between having 2 cups of Honey Nut Cheerios and having eggs and, an omelet is huge. The calories could be exactly the same, but the amount of fullness you get is dramatically different. So, I was telling you can sabotage your day from the second you eat breakfast, because then you're off. You're hungry sooner, and your whole day is kind of shot to hell. So breakfast is super important. So we are taking up his calories a little bit. We're going to compromise. We're going to try to stay at 2,200. So we're going to do another 100 calories for breakfast, another 100 calories maybe for dinner, but most likely an extra snack in the middle of the day, because the toughest part is at work. Yeah. From the time he gets to work to the time he leaves is really taxing. We are going to go to 2,000, and we might even go down to 1,800 at some point. But we'll just get there. We have to be comfortable. Again, slowly. Right. Slowly. We stayed at 3,000 for quite some time. Yeah. So going down like this will help. And the swimming is going to help. And he's going to get back to walking because he feels a little better. And alternate kind of the swimming and walking depending on how he's feeling. And I also kind of recommended that he really stay in tune with his body this week as far as how the exercise feels, because I asked him how his back was feeling. And he said, fine, I haven't even thought about it. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. That's huge. I mean, he's not thinking about it. That means whatever he's doing is not taxing his back, which is huge. So that's the swimming. Yeah, it was exercise, definitely. I mean, my arms, my shoulders, especially the shoulders, were really sore most of the week, and not like hard sore like fatigue. When you do. Yeah, it was definitely fatigue. It was And again, learning the difference between fatigue and pain is really important. Fatigue is good, pain not so much. So you're starting to learn the difference too between fatigue and pain. There's even different levels of fatigue, because when I was doing weightlifting, you could definitely feel the next day, you're like, oh, that hurts so much. But the swimming, it was just like, it's just a little sore. You can feel like I used it, but it definitely hurts a little bit when you move around, but it didn't really affect my life at all. So not like when you work out with weights, you're just like, I can't. Or when you hurt yourself. I can't wash my hair. Everyone's had that when you work out too much with the weights, and they're like, I can't lift my hands to wash my hair. It just... You overdid it a little bit if you're to that point. But, the swimming's been great. But let's talk about your Black Angus experience. Oh, Black Angus, yes. So I knew we were going to go out to dinner with my girlfriend's family. I knew that Black Angus doesn't have anything under 1,000 calories. One thing on their menu that was under 1,000 calories, that's a meal. They do have appetizers that are like 800, but that was not 800 for the appetizer. Something like that. And so I found the nicest thing was a steak salad. There you go, get that. I know I'm still not having 1,000 calories, so I knew that I was going to eat a lot at dinner, so I just ate less during the day. And it's not a good idea, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's nothing going around it. But at least at the end of the meal, I didn't eat dessert. And he had a lot of dessert on the table that he could have eaten. There was dessert everywhere. It was like dessert bombs. Mud pie. Chocolate chip cookie. It was everywhere. Chocolate chip cookie. This is not just a chocolate chip cookie. This is the chocolate chip cookie. It's a cowboy cookie with ice cream on top. And the person who got it, Jackson's grandmother, can't have eggs, so she couldn't even eat the cookie. So it was just sitting there free for anyone to take. And fortunately, my girlfriend dove on it like a grenade and covered it, ate a little bit of it, and her brother helped me out with the rest. And so they ate it; it was gone, and I avoided the attack of the dessert. So, which is huge. But anyway, he did the best he could. He didn't have dessert. Huge, huge. So that's a big accomplishment. Yeah. So I think that's about it this week. Again, we're going to try to stick to 2,200. Yep. See how that goes. I introduced him to a few more snacks, particularly fiberful bars from Trader Joe's. You saw the wrapper? Yep, I still have the wrapper. They look like this. They look like that. They're at the bottom where you have to get the nuts at Trader Joe's. If you go all the way to the bottom, the fiberful bars. They have 6 grams of fiber per bar, 60 calories, and the sugar's all natural from fruit. It's a great filler. So he's going to get some of those for when he's really having, cravings, and try a few other things, and I think this week's going to be a lot better. Yeah. And he's going to push it a little hard in the pool. Yep. And other than that, I think hopefully, fingers crossed, we are back on track. Yes. Yes, we're close. We're close. So we're good to go. All right. Bye.
See you.